Now, folks, I know that I promised you last week that I was going to do a piece about the hypocrisy of the opposition. But something came up. So if you please will allow me to push that further a little bit so that I can deal with the issue at hand, which is number one, the El Nino rains. Number two, the prayer rallies. Yeah. Amen. Now, starting off with El Nino. I mean, we were promised by the Met Department that El Nino rains were going to come early last week. But up to now, we haven't seen any of those rains. Which begs the question, who is delaying the El Nino rains? And I don't really have anybody to blame for that except one guy, Raila Odinga. Oh yes. Raila Odinga is fixing the El Nino rains. You know, for those in the government, we've set aside 5 billion from the central government and a collective of 15 billion shillings to deal with the aftermath of the El Nino rains. Now look what Raila is doing. He's delaying the rains. Oh, Raila. I mean, you just have to fix everything. I mean, this was a blessing from God, and then you're going to fix the El Nino rains, Mr. Raila Odinga? Come on, shame on you. Anyway, moving on to the prayer rallies. I mean, oof, prayer rallies. Oof. Amen, amen, amen. Now, if you've been observant to watch all these prayer rallies going around the country, no, they're actually praying for Deputy President and his co-accused, Mr. Joshua Arap Sang, to shake off the dragon of Hague right behind the bats. But the prayer rallies have been going on, well, quite well, quite so-so, you know, like, anyway. So the genesis of all this was the admission, or the initial admission by the Tundu South MP, Mr. Moses Kuria, that he actually fixed Mr. Ruto. Yeah? Yeah. Moses Kuria himself admitted that he fixed Mr. Ruto for his cases which are ongoing at The Hague. Now, this of course culminated into these prayer rallies that have been going around and round and round and round. Now, Moses Kuria also alleges that apart from him, he collaborated with Martha Karua, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, and Kisumu Senator Peter Anyang' in fixing Mr. Ruto. Well, I don't know. It could be true, it could be not. But think about 2007. Who was on which side and who was on which side? I can sure tell you that Mr. Kuria was actually working with Martha Karua. There's some truth in that. But Raila Odinga, or Anyang', or even William Ruto, that was not the mix. No. Now, I'd like you to take a look into this diagram. Just take a look at it. On your far left is President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's former Vice President Mr. Kalonzo Musyoka. And there is Mr. Moses Wetangula. That was the PNU camp, was going against the ODM camp, which consisted of Raila Odinga on the far left, William Ruto in the middle, and Eden Duale, yeah, Eden Duale on the far right. Of course, that equaled to kuvutana mashati. That was in 2007. Move forward, 2013. This guy, our president, now had taken these two, okay? Ruto and Duale was in his camp. That was 2013, 5 years later. Raila Odinga had taken Moses Wetangula and Kalonzo Musyoka to be on his camp. So, I don't know if we were stupid as Kenyans, or we are foolish, or we forget, or I don't know what it is. But this picture tells 1,000 words. It's $1 million worth of a picture. Wakenya, wacheni mjinga bwana. I mean, The yo-yo here told you the very truth. Yeah? So, if you look at this picture, you realize that we are the ones who are foolish. Yeah? These guys are playing their games. Look at the lineup. The first line, the second line, they just interchange. And by the way, Ada Duale, who is so much on Odinga's case, was in ODM. So I think Ada Duale should tell us something. If he was there, I mean, he was a senior member of ODM. So if ODM was fixing Ruto then Ada Duale has something to tell us about the fixing. Anyway, that apart. Now, Moses Kuria finally came out to say that he actually fixed this guy. So this is the irony of things. Okay, this is what is happening now. Take a look. Talk about the Kalenjin or the Rift Valley. Now, this is somebody, Moses Kuria. Now, this is somebody who has come home to say that he actually raped your mother. Okay. Moses Kuria comes home and says that he raped your mother. And he's coming to confess, not to apologize, to confess that he raped your mother. So what happens? Your brother, Reid, Senator Murkomen, and Charles Kater takes Moses Kuria around the village. Now, your brother takes Moses Kuria or the other person around the village, the person who raped your mother, around the village, announcing that this guy actually raped our mother. But he says he wasn't alone when he was raping our mother. And by the way, the villagers are clapping. But give it up for some other Kenyan guys who are not buying into these stances. Seriously? If somebody came home and confessed that he actually raped your mother, will you be taking him around the village, parading him, saying that, oh, this is the guy, he said he raped my mother, but he says there's some other guys who also raped my mother with him. We are screwed. Back again. This is a well-calculated political drama. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Anyway, now let's talk about Moses Kuria. He confesses to fixing Mr. William Ruto, which begs the question, where was Moses Kuria all this through? Since when the cases started? I mean, where was he? Did he have to wait until Mr. Bensouda terminated, or did have final submission to the court for him to come out? Is that a ploy? I don't know. You judge. Yeah? You judge. But I think Mr. William Ruto is not a fool here. Mr. William Ruto knows too well who fixed him. In fact, Kenyans know who fixed Mr. William Ruto. And by the way, Mr. William Keter, Senator Charles Keter of Kericho, is on record saying that people who fixed DP Ruto are working in the Jubilee government. To name a few, Mr. Mutea Iringo, who was previously working for the Kenyatta government, and Mrs. Nancy Gitao, among us many others. But hey, they think that Kenyans have a selective amnesia. Yeah, that's the game. Okay, back to what I was saying. Mr. William Ruto is not a stupid guy. He knows who fixed him at The Hague. He knows too well. So yes, as I was previously stating, DP William Ruto is a smart guy. He knows too well who fixed him. And by the way, Kenyans also know who fixed Mr. William Ruto. And his fixers know themselves. But the irony is, we are a generation of Kenya, a weird generation of Kenya. We have selective amnesia. We just believe what we are told blindly. In fact, I think the former CEO of Safaricom, Mr. Michael Johnson, said that Kenyans are a weird lot. Now, William Ruto may be in a fix. But I think there's some political game they're playing here, because William Ruto himself almost come out to say anything concerning this, by the way. He's been keeping quiet. Well, we can understand that maybe it's because he's not allowed to comment on game cases in the court. Maybe that's why he's kept quiet. But what about President Kenyatta? Not talking. The people we see running the show are the lieutenants. Adan Duale, Kipuki Kindire, Kichumba Murkomen, Charles Keter, Baba Yao, and all those kind of people. But what even drives me crazy or nuts is that none of these people is holding rallies for the IDPs. People who woke up one morning and lost everything in their life. Some lost their relatives. Their children who will never know their fathers because of this. Their children who will never know their mothers because of the post-election violence. Lives were destroyed completely. But hey, who is holding prayer rallies for these guys? Nobody. What do the politicians do? They vomit on the shoes of those people who escaped death. And by the way, they are dancing on the graves of those who died. So these prayer rallies, it's just a gimmick. It's a choreographed thing that is meant to confuse Kenyans. Please, Kenyans, let us reason. Let us reason. Let us reason. Please, let's make some sense out of this. My parting shot. By the way, I think for fixing Ruto, Mr. Kuria got an appointment, a reward. Yeah, he was appointed the Gatundu South MP. When I say appointed, I mean he was appointed. He never ran for office. There was no challenger. All the challengers were prevailed upon to step down. So, yeah, Moses Kuria is right. He is a fixer. Anyway, you know the game plan here. The game plan is to blame CORD, Raila Odinga, and of course anybody who doesn't agree with them now, like Martha Karua. Oh, and by the way, nobody's asking who fixed Uhuru Kenyatta. If Moses Kuria would have told me or told us that he fixed Ruto, some people from PNU fixed Ruto, and then Raila Odinga fixed Uhuru Kenyatta, Martha Karua, and Hussein Ali, then that would have been something that I could have, that's something that could be understood, can be understandable. But tell me that Raila fixed Ruto, when Raila himself refused to form a government without Ruto inside. PNU did not want Ruto in the government, by the way, following the talks. To tell me that Raila or ODM fixed Henry Kosgei, Please, Kenyans, let's wake up to this reality. Let's not just follow people blindly because he's a politician from my community or your community, that we just follow them forever. We say we take them at the face value, even if we know that these things are very blatant lies. Mr. Murkomen, you are a respected lawyer, but I think you're becoming a respected liar. Surely these prayer rallies, even if you will ask God to come for the prayer rallies, man, God will be like, dude, thank you, I'm not coming for those rallies. God is never there because they take 10 minutes to pray, but they take a whole 2 hours telling lies, castigating people, calling names, blame games, and all that kind of things. God is never in those prayer rallies. Please, I urge you, Jubilee MPs and even CORD MPs, next time please hold prayer rallies for the IDPs who are suffering, who are forgotten. Some even, come on, somebody called, I know some may teach somewhere, lost a limb. Nobody is bothering about him. Some Kamau somewhere does not see anymore. Somebody is not bothering about them. Omondi somewhere lost the only breadwinner in the family. He's now orphan. Nobody is talking about him. The business that were destroyed, nobody is compensating. And by the way, this is not just for the Jubilee MPs alone. This is for both Jubilee and CORD MPs. And by the way, CORD, you can't just say that you were not in the government. That's not an excuse enough. Please do something. Bring a bill to Parliament. Let it fail. You're not doing anything either. You're just waiting for the government to do something. The government is not going to do anything. The government is broke. Sorry, I mean, but the government is broke. Anyway, please, let's reason national. The kind of leaders we want tomorrow are not the kind of leaders that we are seeing today. If you're just going to follow these people blindly, I think you're going to be doomed. Kenya depends on me and you. It starts with me and you. Thank you.